We're here with Chris Nicholson of Zen, the Tactician. Chris, you've been round the world, you've done fastnets, but I understand this is your first Admiral's Cup, is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. First time. So it's good. It's kind of, like multi versions of our sport wrapped up into the one sort of 8 days of sailing.
Yeah. And tell me, your job is tactician, and obviously people would expect that in the inshore races there's a lot to do there.
Yeah.
But what happens in an offshore race as a tactician? Is it support to nav, strategy, everything else?
Yeah. There's just like I would say there's much more going on offshore in terms of strategy, trying to kind of keep up with the navigator, like in terms of what they know, what they think's coming down, factoring in best angles for the boat, conditions, wave state. So there's a lot going on.
And this is a particularly tricky piece of water, tides, winds, weather changing very fast. That becomes very tight, doesn't it, on the inshore races as well?
Yeah, it does, and it's kind of like, I don't know, to be honest, like the trickier it is, the happier we're going to be. So, so I'm really looking forward to this venue. We're probably underdone in terms of potentially, our speed and our hours on the boat. We're definitely underdone. But, if we can be smart and sensible and smart with which way we're going to go, sail selection, you can bridge the gap pretty nicely.
Yeah, and anyone who's read the history of this series right from the 50s and so on is how many times people make mistakes, particularly on the solo, miss a mark, get caught by the tides, be in the wrong spot at the wrong time.
Well, we had a mark the other day, and we were just kind of, Tom and I were just checking out the instruments going, we had like a 3-minute ley line. And Gordon, the owner, goes, "Are we going to make this mark?" I said, "Yeah, but you might end up with some red paint down the hole." And it's just 3 minutes out, and then it just got too close, and I had to chicken out and tack. Didn't quite make it.
Yeah, and the number of times tide dodging, I remember from back in the 80s and so on, you'd do tide dodging, you'd think you were way north of the windward mark, you go out into the tide and then suddenly you're just drifting
gone.
past
it. This was the first lesson that I knew.
So interesting too, so great we've got an Australian team, it's 2 boats, so in the end your result is as good as the last person, so to speak.
Yeah.
So how much work have you had to do in prep with Back to Black to sort of kind of get the total strategy together?
To be honest, we had really good intentions of doing a lot, and we haven't been able to. Everyone's been under the pump with some breakages and repairs. So, our plan was, we're going to get through tomorrow's, short offshore, and then we're going to knuckle down a bit more.
Get into that. Yeah. And what particularly do you look forward to in this whole thing?
I don't know. I guess because I haven't done one and haven't done a fastnet for a long time, it's probably, where it'll be like a lot of boats and a lot of traffic and trying to manage that. And if we can do well managing that, all of a sudden everyone looks really good and quite skillful. They just keep out of trouble.
Keep out of trouble, very important. That's a very good end.
Exactly.
Well, thanks indeed, Chris, and look forward to seeing and talking to you later on.
Yeah, cheers. Thanks
a lot.